Hello, how are you? Welcome to the Art of Persuasion channel. I'm Don, and today we're going to talk about 5 signs that you are too nice and being too nice doesn't command respect. This is a very common issue when it comes to male personal development. Let's get started. You're often not respected. Being too nice can put you in a position of weakness, allowing people to treat you however they want. You need to set healthy boundaries and make it clear what you're willing to tolerate. Remember, respect is a two-way street. Being too nice can be a problem for many people because often it means not having clear boundaries for yourself. This can make you appear weak or passive, which can lead to a lack of respect from others. Setting healthy boundaries is important to ensure that you are respected and that your needs and desires are taken into consideration. To establish healthy boundaries, it's important to know what you want and don't want, and be clear about it with others. You should be willing to communicate your needs clearly and firmly, and be ready to enforce those boundaries if they are violated. It may be difficult at first, but over time, setting healthy boundaries will become second nature. Additionally, it's important to remember that respect is a two-way street. To be respected, you also need to be respectful towards others. This means listening and considering their viewpoints and needs, and being willing to work together to find solutions that work for everyone. Remember that being firm and setting healthy boundaries doesn't mean being rude or insensitive to others. It's possible to be kind and respectful while also defending your own boundaries. You receive excessive praise. Compliments are great, but when they're excessive, they can have the opposite effect. If you're constantly receiving praise without apparent reason, it may be a sign that people don't take you seriously and are trying to manipulate you. Stay alert. Receiving compliments can be very rewarding and boost your self-esteem, but it's important to be aware of the reason behind those compliments. When people excessively praise you without apparent reason, it may be a sign that they don't take you seriously or are trying to manipulate you. Some may excessively praise as a tactic to get something from you or to avoid conflicts. They may try to manipulate you with sweet words and compliments instead of having an honest and open conversation. If you notice that you're receiving excessive praise, pay attention to the context in which they are given. Are they genuine, or is there a hidden agenda? Furthermore, it's important not to let compliments get to your head. They can create a false sense of confidence and lead to overly confident or arrogant behaviors. It's important to maintain humility and self-criticism, as it helps to keep a balanced perspective and make better decisions. In summary, receiving compliments is nice, but it's important to be mindful of the underlying motives and not let them negatively affect your self-esteem and behaviors. You apologize for everything. People who are too nice have a hard time saying no and often end up giving in to requests and situations they don't want to be involved in. It's important to have the ability to say no when necessary without feeling guilty or fearing the loss of friendship or approval from others. People who are too nice tend to have difficulty saying no to others and often end up giving in to requests and situations they don't want to be involved in. This tendency can result in taking on responsibilities that are not their own or agreeing to tasks they don't have the time or energy to perform. By apologizing for everything, you can create the impression that you're responsible for everything and consequently be used by others. This can lead to physical and emotional exhaustion, as well as feelings of resentment and frustration. Therefore, it's important to have the ability to say no when necessary, without feeling guilty or fearing the loss of friendship or approval from others. Saying no can be difficult, especially for those who tend to be nice. It's important to remember that there's nothing wrong with setting healthy boundaries and refusing requests that are unreasonable or beyond your capabilities. By saying no, you protect yourself from overwhelm and avoid disappointing others in the future. At the same time, it's important to remember that saying no doesn't have to be rude or insensitive. You can express your refusal in a polite and kind manner, explaining your reasons and offering alternatives if possible. This will help maintain healthy and respectful relationships with others. In summary, it's important to have the ability to say no when necessary and establish healthy boundaries to avoid overwhelm and resentment. Remember that it's possible to say no in a polite and kind manner while still maintaining healthy and respectful relationships with others. You quickly accept things. If you're always agreeing with everything and not asking questions or expressing your own opinions, it may be a sign that you're being too nice. Don't be afraid to question things, ask questions, and express your opinions respectfully. You avoid conflicts all the time. Conflicts are a part of life, and sometimes they need to be faced. Avoiding conflicts at all costs can make you become a nice guy and often end up being used by others. Learn to face conflicts in a healthy way without being aggressive or passive-aggressive. So folks, those are our 5 lessons to identify if you're being too nice. Remember that being nice is great, but being too nice can harm you. Set healthy boundaries, learn to say no when necessary, and be willing to face conflicts when needed. Thank you for watching.